Hey, what's going on, everybody? So it looks like Wednesday's gonna be where it's at, huh? Got a championship game. Patriots, Falcons. Let's see how it turns out. See you at the end. Game tricks. Peace.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Patriots going up against the Falcons.
Larry, we have played 266 games in this NFL season. Only one remains, and it's the biggest of them all, as EA Sports is proud to present coverage of the Super Bowl. Tonight, amazingly, it's a rematch of last year's game for the ages between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
All the talk, all the hype, but the past is prologue as this Super Bowl is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Matt Ryan and the rest of the Falcon offense trotting onto the field. Their season ended in the divisional round this year of the playoffs. And for Matt Ryan, the numbers were still very good, but down significantly, Charles, from his MVP season a year ago.
Yeah, yards per attempt, yards per completion, quarterback rating all down, as you said, significantly. But still a season that most people would be very happy with. 20 touchdown passes, just 12 interceptions. The problem is he set the bar so high the year before with 38-7. So we know what Matt Ryan's capable of, and he'll be looking to get back to that level in 2018.
They go play action here on first down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. Whoosh. And now running right through it. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big gain there on the first play of the game. And even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Now Ryan on second down. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the shotgun, Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dante Hightower coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Second down, here's Ryan. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down. For the AFC champion New England Patriots, here are the starters on the defensive side.
Well, they will be retooled in 2018, but still some familiar faces. Trey Flowers, a defensive end, their best pass rusher. Dante Hightower, injury-plagued in 2017. They expect him back full-time for this season. And back deep, Devin McCourty. He orchestrates their defensive secondary, the only Pro Bowl representative off of their defense in 2017.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Oh, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taylor Gabriel from 13 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Tom Brady ready to lead the New England Patriots onto the field. Well, 5 Super Bowl rings will have to be enough, at least for now. The crazy thing is that you and I were talking about, Charles, what are the chances he would throw for 500 yards in the Super Bowl? Patriots never punted, and they lost.
That doesn't make any sense.
None.
Because when that happens, his team wins. I mean, I don't think it's ever happened in NFL history. He's the oldest league MVP at the age of 40. He's got plenty left. We'll see him back out there.
Yeah, I know you're not doubting him for that 6th Super Bowl ring.
No, not at all.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
That was a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And his throw is incomplete. And now we take a peek at the Patriot offense.
I think Deion Lewis has hit the NFL the exact right time for his running style. Not tall in stature, so he hides behind the offensive line a little bit. Jump cuts back there. The defenders can't find him and have a hard time getting him down. Can catch the ball out of the backfield and has that extra ability to return kicks, which also causes a lot of problems for the opposition.
Brady gives this one to Lewis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Again, it's Lewis. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Now they'll run with Lewis. And some room to work. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the 1st quarter of action. It's a close game here early on. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. throw with Brady. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Now Lewis. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
They try again with Lewis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So on 4th down, Brady will yield to Gostkowski for the field goal try. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 2nd down, Ryan. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Shane McClellan not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Brady now on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Brady will try again on second down. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Rashid Hageman able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Throwing is Brady on third down. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Well, the offense lining up first and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Dumps it off to Lewis. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a second down. Brady's saying let's go as he'll hustle him to the line. Brady to throw on second down. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Brady going to try and throw on third down. And that's complete to Lewis. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On first down, Brady. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, here's Brady. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To throw, it's Brady, and a dump off to White. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Falcons and the Patriots have very low rushing totals. It has not been an effective part of either team's game plan, and you wonder if either side will give a more concerted effort to run it in the second half. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Falcons have it later on the drive. Ryan's gonna find his mark, and after the short pass, he'll score. The Falcons go up by 6. Patriots with the ball late in the first. Lewis has got a running lane here. He'll pick up more than 10 yards on the play. Patriots, they'll settle for just a field goal. That'll do it for our final halftime show of the year. One half remains in this Super Bowl. To bring it to you, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. First and 10, here's Brady. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go play action here on 1st down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Give it to Freeman. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, 35 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Brady now on first down. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They run. This is Lewis. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. This is Lewis. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. Throwing on first down is Brady. On the slant, he gets it to Gronkowski. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, Brady. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now Brady throwing on second down. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down. Here's Brady to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on fourth down. Now Brady got to have this one. And that is incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on fourth down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll be knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on second down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. On second down, Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, 31 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that drive, 4 plays. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. First and 10. Brady. Allen's got it over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Play action. Now it's Brady. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. Brady now on first down. He's got White here. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Deion Jones coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. On play action, now Brady. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. Brady and Edelman hook up for a big one. 41 yards. Shotgun now for Brady. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Brady to throw on second down. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. And they don't get the reception. Incomplete. So now they're down to 17 seconds remaining. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
That time, a 9-play drive, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Oh my God, that game was fire, huh? That was pretty awesome. I was controlling the Falcons, the computer was controlling the Patriots, and it turned out to be a really good game. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching my videos. Looks like Wednesdays is going to be where it's at. We're going to be doing some sports after I've been doing football for a while. I'll change it up in basketball or hockey or I don't know. We'll keep it fresh. But looks like the whole week's going to be planned out for you guys. So to all my subscribers, thank you guys so much for hanging around and supporting me. If you're new, think about subscribing. I really appreciate it. It helps a lot. hit the little like button and tap the bell so that way you get notified whenever I upload new videos. I really appreciate your time, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this football game, because I enjoyed playing it and as well as editing it too, and I look forward to doing more. But you'll get to see these guys championship, their little championship medal there they got to win, and I'll leave you with that. But this has been Kid Killam here at the Game Trick Studios, and again, like always, I appreciate you for stopping by. Y'all take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.